Another day, another Lenin monument falls in Ukraine's war-torn east. This week, locals in the recently liberated town of Severodonetsk, near the insurgent stronghold of Donetsk, removed a monument to the late Soviet leader. And the same story is being repeated across the east. But until recently, Lenin monuments were safe in eastern Ukraine, where deference to the country's Soviet past has traditionally been stronger than in the rest of the country. But that's no longer the case. The Russian-backed insurgency, which sprang up in April, initially gave rise to a wave of nostalgia for the Soviet Union. But as the insurgency crumbles, that nostalgia has turned into bitterness and resentment. And now, as the Ukrainian army dislodges the Kremlin-backed insurgents, the toppling of Lenin monuments in villages and towns across the region is becoming an increasingly familiar sight. Elsewhere in Ukraine, Lenin monuments, which escaped from the Soviet collapse unscathed, have been toppling since last winter's Euromaidan protests. This one in Kirovgrad became the last Lenin in the whole region to fall. They say the monument contains copper, which can be taken for body armor, but there are many other ideas of what to do with it. Many Ukrainians see the removal of the country's Lenin monuments as long overdue. The survival of many Soviet-era monuments in post-Soviet Ukraine reflected the ambiguous nature of the break from the totalitarian era in the first 2 decades of Ukrainian independence.